hope you guys like insane performance, because right here, if you're into long range, insane glide ratios, efficiency, and 200 mile per hour top speeds, this wing from TBS is going to absolutely blow your mind.
2, 1.
Oh my God.
There we go.
Jesus. G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today this is what we are looking at. I was lucky enough, and a big shout out to the guys over at TBS, so Wayne and also Trappy. They came and crashed at my place. We hung out for a few days, and I was lucky enough to get to see this thing in action. We've got a lot of videos planned on this, but this wing right here, it's doing some pretty cool things. So in this video, we're gonna break it down with the man Trappy himself. And then after you see the crazy performance that you can get with this, and you're asking yourself, is that too much power for me? We'll also be catching up from Wayne from TBS, who was a relatively new wing pilot, to get him to fly this around, give you some impressions as well. So let's do it. We're gonna jump straight to the good part. We're gonna talk about the TBS Mojito with Trappy himself, and then we're gonna go out, we're gonna fly it around and show you just how fast and honestly impressive this thing is. So let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Trap, what can you tell us about this wing? Because it looks significantly different than most things that are on the market. Like when I think foam wing, this is completely different. Like when I first saw you take this thing out of the box and what it looked like, it's next level. So what can you tell me about it?
It's gonna surprise a lot of people when it comes out, because we wanted to really see how far we can push the performance aspects of it. So like efficiency, top speed, distance that you can fly. So the most special thing about it is the leading edges and trailing edges are all injected molded plastic, so that you can go thinner and higher precision.
Okay.
And
does that make it more durable?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, not by much.
Yep.
I mean, you can see here, this has already crashed quite a couple of times since the plastic broke, but you just glue it back together.
Yep. So what advantages do those details have?
The glide ratio is 1 to 12, or up to 1 to 12, which is phenomenal for a flying wing.
What's that mean? So it drops 1 meter, 12 meters distance.
Correct. And if you compare that to a Caipirinha, that's twice as far.
Okay. Right. What would that be for have a guesstimate here of a cheap.
So maybe 1 to 4.
Okay. All right. Yep. So definitely. So if you're into long ranges as well, and in terms of efficiency, we're going to be looking at this. Okay.
Yeah, especially with if you drop very slowly, you can even enjoy thermals. So today we've got a little bit of clouds. If you go right under the clouds, you might be able to fly indefinitely. So the wind that's going up is going to be enough to keep you in the air. What
can you tell me about the internals, what went into it, and some of those other little nitty gritty parts? Because I noticed at the front here as well, you've got a custom.
This is a 3D print. Yeah, you can download the 3D print it yourself.
Yep.
And we'll have versions for the walk snail, HD0, analog, and for DJI.
Okay.
So this particular one is the DJI one. We can open it up. This one is already crashed.
Do they come? Sorry, I should say. Also, how do they come?
It comes pre-glued. So everything is pre-glued, but the electronics you have to install yourself. We have an electronics package that includes everything except for FPV and batteries.
Okay.
And radio.
Okay. All right. So your radio, your links, so FPV, your video, radio, and get your own batteries. But everything else is ready to go.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one here is set up for 8S. The wing can actually go up to 12S, but we recommend somewhere between 6 and 8S. So 6S if you want to do cruising, long-range flying. Actually, the type of flying that we're doing is better than 6S.
Okay.
And if you like fast and proximity type flying and fast climb rate, this one here at 8S climbs at 35 meters per second. So that means 30 seconds you're at 1,000 meters.
Right. So that's pretty high.
Yeah.
All right.
And in here we have so this is the electronics bay. We have a GPS, flight controller, a crossfire radio link. This one here we added, so this is not part of the setup. This is a model find buzzer. So
okay. So in your testing, if we lose it, we can get it back and those things. Yes.
And then the ESC, you can't really see it. It goes in here. The wing servos are connected here. This model isn't set up for flaps, but you can also set up flaps. So
like an air brake or.
So this here, we just taped it down
Yep.
Because we are not using the flaps, but there is a spot for a second servo underneath, which will just control the flaps.
And you had those cool little parts in here too. How do we open this? Is it just that button?
So you can push down here onto the button, and then you can pull out the wing. Yeah.
Too easy.
And everything here is connected. You've got some spare connectors for, we're going to show that later, for the LEDs. And also if you want to mount a VTX or some airspeed sensor in the wings, you can do that.
I just want people to see the LEDs as well. They're not going to really come in that one.
Not
but,
on the top one.
So you just run 2 4S in series?
Yes, correct, yeah.
Look at this thing.
So because we have plastic leading edges, we basically just cut a little bit of the foam on the back, and then we can tape the LEDs on the back.
Okay, nice.
And the plastic obviously is translucent, so
it looks good. It like really, I don't know what the word is.
Diffuse.
Diffuse. Yeah. No, it looks amazing. So I can't wait to get this thing in the air. If people are thinking about getting them, what's the price?
Less than $350.
Okay, so it's still early days. Like this is, we're going to be, by the time you're seeing this, Trappy probably would have refined this. I'll put all the extra information down below, but let's do it. Thanks for coming to, like this is literally a special trip Trappy's made down here to Australia. We're going to rip this plane, put it through its paces, and just have an awesome time. So fingers crossed.
It comes back.
Yeah, because I have seen another one, one that's been well tested. Let's put it that way. Maybe I'll put some pictures on the screen. Yeah. All right, let's go do it. Let's have an adventure. We've got DJI in the front. We're going to rip it around. Normally, I'd like to do some chase footage, but what speeds are you probably thinking about getting with this that might be hard for?
If you go full throttle on your 5-inch, you might be able to keep up.
Okay.
So, and if this one goes slow.
Okay. What do you think the top speed of this might be?
Top speed is 200 with this prop, but we have a more aggressive prop as well, where it'll probably do 250. And the minimum speed is 70.
Okay. Yeah. And then after that's too unstable.
It'll hold up. So this is a very dense foam. It'll hold up pretty much any abuse you can throw at it.
Yep.
But the servos are going to start struggling at some point, so it'll be very squishy to fly.
Like a bit of jello, flying through jello or something. Correct. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Enough on the bench. Let's go have some fun and see how we go. We've got Wayne around here too somewhere, so he's going to be doing a bit of piloting and putting it through its paces. Too easy. All right, so let's do it. We'll rip this thing around in 3, 2, 1. All right, Wayne, so you're about to be launching this thing as well. You're, relatively new to wings, so this is going to be really interesting to see how you go. Are you nervous?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, nervous about the takeoff, the flight, or the landing?
The landing for sure.
Yeah, I think.
I'm not launching it, so, you know.
Yeah, all right, so you're going to head up there to get a good vantage point from the balcony. I'm going to launch it down here with Trappy, and then we'll come up and see how you're going.
Yeah.
All right.
2, 1.
Oh my God.
There we go.
Jesus. Holy smoke. It's like a motorbike just revving. All right, we're going to go upstairs and check in with Wayne and see how he's going. All right, Trap, you're on math duty.
Yeah.
Right there. Wayne, what can you tell me about your flight experience? I know we're, a bit of a beginner in wings, which is why I'm really interested to see what you think about it. Trappy's been flying wings for a long time.
So we're cruising at 90 kilometers
How many?
per hour. 90.
The wind's coming back this way, which is probably a good thing if you're going out testing.
So we're going to hit that island.
So here you can see this is an 8S battery.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost full still, and we are, how far out are we? K's out.
Will you have a profile or something that you recommend? People can just be like, here's the settings that we use. It makes it easy so they don't have to go through all this manual setup themselves.
Yeah, we will have a CLI dump. Basically, you just flash our flight controller with iNav, and then you copy paste the CLI dump, and everything will be set up. Just like Wayne's setup.
It took off like a rocket. Definitely was not expecting that.
Even though I told you.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, here you can see the difference, right? My quad is extremely efficient, and it just barely made it to the island and back.
Yes.
And the wing is maybe at 10%.
And this is into like a headwind. I don't know if people can see that in the background. Yeah.
And we're doing 70 now into a headwind, so he's probably flying at like 85 to 90. Which the Caipirinha's top speed is 120, and this cruises at 90.
Yes.
So this is like
And who's this wing for? Would you recommend beginners get this?
It's actually not difficult to fly. It's difficult to land, but it's not very difficult to fly.
What do you mean by that? By landing, just the glide ratio is very.
It's gonna be difficult to calculate how much distance it needs to actually land.
Yep.
We do have flaps that will help you with it, but again, like a plane doesn't fly as well with flaps as it does without flaps. So the landing's still gonna be difficult. But if you are comfortable, like if you had one of those, what were they called, mini AR wings or something like that?
Yes.
And you felt comfortable with that, flying that around, there would be no problems coming back.
Crossfire link is all good?
Yeah.
It's just you losing video that far out.
Yeah.
That's probably like the limits of DJI right there.
Probably, yeah. I mean, you can go further, but safe limit.
Yeah, okay. And this has GPS in it?
Yes.
So if something did go wrong, it would fly back until we were able to retake control?
Yeah. It would even land itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try to.
Eventually. And once the battery's empty, it would land itself.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere nearby. There we go. Return to home.
What happened there?
Too low.
Okay.
So if you're flying out over the ocean, he tried to 7 kilometers out. Obviously, that's not a very good idea.
Yep. When is it going to retake control? Oh, it's back on.
He's got control again.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
immediately.
Okay, I was watching that, so it was RX lost, so it had no control. And then when it came back, he was still... Did you have to flick any switches or anything then, Wayne?
Nothing.
Okay.
You actually do have to control a little bit.
I was
so INAV realizes that, okay, control's back, but he's not paying attention, so it'll keep going return to home.
Yes, all right. Because I was watching him on the sticks, like, oh, he's flying but not flying, but then that makes sense. Okay, I like that feature.
Yeah. It's
Especially if you're going to be cruising. Like, I imagine this thing is going to be very popular with like people who are surfing mountains and going for some real long range.
Yeah. So the further out you go, the more polarization comes into effect. So you can imagine this antenna, there's a beam going out like this.
Yeah.
So if he tilts his radio up, the beam's going to go into the sky,
Yep.
whereas the plane is out there.
That's right. So wherever that little sheep head is pointing is where we want to point
Exactly.
out. Yep, gotcha.
So one trick that I like to do when you're flying out is to have like set points where you look back.
Okay.
So like after a kilometer you look back, after 3 kilometers you look back, and that way you will always find your way back again.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, I remember that red lighthouse.
Exactly.
Or that big cornfield or something.
Yeah.
So this should be coming into view now.
Yeah, it's like right over that tree.
Okay. Now, Wayne, my priority is no smashed windows of the house or cars.
All right. That's a good rule.
That's a good rule, yeah. Be able to go right above us. Just be careful, don't go too far behind the house.
Oh yeah, I can see it up there. You still go a little bit though, like 100, 200 meters. But you mean like don't? It seemed pretty quiet, just coasting along when it's like that. God.
This is about a half throttle, right?
That was only half throttle.
That was half throttle. The problem is there's so much turbulence right above the houses.
Okay.
So with the wing, you feel that immediately.
Yes. All right, now we should probably start thinking about, well, I'm going to say attempted landings or procedures or how that's going to work. Remember, and if worse comes to worse, bamboo on the left of the house, all right? Like, that's looking good though.
Oh, I got it.
You got it? You got it? Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go see the damage, but that was pretty good. Okay, Trap, how would you rate that landing?
6 out of 10.
Okay, but what about for someone who's just gotten into wings, just
that was
starting?
excellent. The approach was pretty good.
It was, I think, just that last little execution freak out.
Yeah.
If you,
Kind of panic and pull.
yeah, you pulled too much, but if you just had to let that go, it would have been perfect. Alrighty, so I did see a piece of foam come flying off, but the wing looks perfect. And what we just had the little cover on the top.
You did get a little of a brown pants there.
Yeah, it looked really. Oh, here. Oh no, I thought, where's the divot? Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The thing's soft.
All right, Wayne, how was that?
That was fun, yeah.
Okay.
The landing was tricky, but you know.
I think you did an amazing job for someone who's new to wings. Trappy, any advice, or what would you say to people thinking about getting one?
Just remain calm when you're landing. That's the most difficult part. I think the flying wasn't that difficult, right?
It wasn't difficult at all.
Yeah. He was getting overconfident, buzzing boats
Yes.
kilometers out.
I have to say, I really like to, like, I don't have too much experience with iNav, but if you can give me a preset where that happens and it just starts coming back by itself until I get radio again, that gives me a lot of confidence to explore a bit further.
Yeah, you can really push the limits because iNav is always going to take over.
Yep.
And we set it up so that it'll gently climb up to, I think, 100 meters.
Yep.
Like 300 feet.
Yep.
And then just come flying back.
Cool.
And that'll give you some time to relax and, you know, reorient yourself.
Yes, get your antenna pointed in the right direction. All right. All right, well, let's keep doing some more flights, but I'll jump back to the rest of us in the studio in 3, 2, 1. Now, this is where I actually need to give a bit of an apology to you guys and also to Trappy, because he was nice enough to send us 2 of these. I've been building one up with Stickman Steve. This one right here, it looks so pristine, and you can see I've got some LEDs and wires. I've been working on a full build guide for this. However, I want to get it right, and in order to get it right, I also want to get it flying right, because I've flown the other one with Stickman Steve. We've crashed it quite a few times actually, so there's a few things we need to dial in, so then when it comes time for the build guide, I can give you the perfect craft that just flies beautifully. You just put those settings on and it's going to absolutely rip around. So that's why this one is still here on the bench with some wires hanging out and all that sort of stuff. That video is coming. I just have to get it flying correctly with Stickman Steve first, and the reason why I know it can fly well is because we saw these flights with Trappy. I've seen it in person. I want to be able to replicate that, and I've been doing a lot of learning to bring you guys along as well so you can have such a good time that I saw those guys having, even though Stickman Steve and myself, we've been crashing it just a little bit. So anyway, that video should be somewhere. Hopefully it's coming up soon. Huge shout out to Trappy, TBS and Wayne for stopping over. I did maybe decide to change the DVR when you watch this for some reasons. I'll just let you read between the lines there. And as always, happy flying.